Most people believe that if a relationship is meant to last, it should always feel good. Relationships move through stages, just like people do. They're not meant to stay the same. They grow, shift, and change the way we do when we move from being teenagers into adulthood. And when we don't understand these stages, we often mistake growth for failure. Stage 1 is the honeymoon phase. This is the excitement, the chemistry, the constant connection. Everything feels easy. You focus on what you share, not what separates you. When my husband and I first met, we had so much in common. We talked for hours about our families, where we grew up, our experiences, and our dreams for the future. Stage 2 is the reality phase. This is where differences start to show. Expectations surface. You begin to see each other as real, imperfect humans. Love is still there, but the ease is gone. When I moved to Texas to be with him, real life began. Work routines, running a household. Differences showed up. Not big fights, but quiet negotiations. I became in charge of meals, groceries, planning our outings and vacations. He handled finances, house maintenance, and cars. Some of it was conscious, some of it wasn't. We just naturally took over things that were easy for us. Stage 3 is a power struggle. This is where unmet needs and old wounds rise to the surface. Communication gets harder. You might feel unheard, defensive, or distant. Our first big fight happened that first Christmas after we were married, when he didn't get me a gift I had said I wanted. Suddenly, one moment turned into many meanings. In my family of origin, gifts at Christmas were a given. So my mind went to, he doesn't care, he doesn't love me. Is what I say going to be dismissed forever? Is he not the person I thought he was? Has anyone ever taken one behavior and assigned it a billion meanings? Stage 4 is the conscious commitment. This is where love becomes a choice. You stop chasing perfection and start practicing repair, listening, accountability, and empathy. It took us about 2 years after we were married to really learn how to communicate. We struggled through the repair stage as we were both different in the times we needed to process a rupture, regulate our emotions, and communicate effectively. And thank goodness we finally learned what worked for both of us, because life kept handing us new situations that required renegotiation. And honestly, that part never ends. And then comes deep connection. Love feels steady, safe. There's room for togetherness and for individuality. Not because a relationship is flawless, but because it's honest. We're 27 years in now. We've weathered job losses, major health issues, financial stresses, and the loss of family members. Life will bring us many more challenges, but the anxiety I once had about our marriage not surviving has quieted down. Relationships aren't meant to stay in the honeymoon stage. They're meant to evolve, and so are we. Love may start the connection, but understanding the stages, communicating well, compromising, and having empathy are what allows it to last. If you've been in a long-term relationship, what stage challenged you the most? Comment and let me know.